Hello and welcome to our giving community, where we show an in-depth look at the philanthropic organizations here in our community. Hello, my name is Eva Hallman and I am the current student intern here at Auburn Main Street, and I will be your host for this series as we learn, discover, and highlight these amazing organizations. Today I'm with someone we all know here in Auburn. I am here with Mayor Mike Lay. So first off, thank you so much for joining with me today.
Well, thank you, Eva. I always enjoy talking with you and visiting.
Thank you so much. So I'm here to talk about your new community assistance program. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, and first of all, we just picked a name because we got to call this something referred to it. So CAP for short, Community Assistance Program. And essentially, this derived out of us, this office, the mayor's office, just simply being so aware of things out in the community in terms of the way people's properties are being maintained and what they look like in neighborhoods. And many times the city gets complaints about different properties for various reasons. And whether that's actually internal, inside the home, or external, most of the time it's a complaint about or concern about the exterior, but once in a while it's the interior. So just taking a look at that and taking a look at some of these properties that have a long history of just not being well taken care of, and quite honestly, the yards and are just filled with a lot of trash and stuff that's just not desirable to be outside. And perhaps a lot of those properties have even been cited by our code enforcement year after year after year, maybe several times a year, and they just can't seem to get it cleaned up for various reasons. And then, so my executive assistant and I, Brandy, we just, hearing this and seeing it time and time again, we just said, look, something's got to be done. How are we going to deal with it? It just doesn't seem reasonable to cite someone that really doesn't have the resources, whatever that is, physically or financially, to help clean up their property. So we said, you know what? Let's just do it ourselves. So we just kind of got involved with one and said, okay, we're going to pick a day, and we got our garbage or our trash collection service, Republic Services, talked to them, and they go like, oh yeah, we got this nationwide program that we're participating in, that we help clean up communities in different ways. And so they came on board and said, look, we can help you. We can provide dumpsters and haul them and so on and so forth. And then, so we put out a couple phone calls to a couple people we know, hey, would you like to volunteer to go help clean up a property? And it's like, well, sure, Mayor. So we just got started with one, and so the first one we did was we had about, on a Saturday, so we do it on a Saturday, we had about 35 or 40 volunteers show up. It took us about 3.5, 4 hours to get most everything cleaned up, but while we were there, we ended up putting a new kitchen in for them. We had somebody go buy a used stove and donate a used stove. We had a toilet donated. We had a plumbing contractor show up that volunteered an entire day to do the plumbing and heating work. And so at the end of the day, we had totally cleaned out this home, and then so that kind of got us started. And it's like, you know what? Everyone that came was so rewarded personally that, what they did, they came and helped a neighbor. They didn't even know, they're total strangers coming together and just doing something for their neighbor.
And if someone's hearing this and they're like, I want to get involved, I want to help volunteer, is there a way that they can?
Yeah, we would suggest you just really contact the mayor's office, Brandy out here, her and I, and we've got a couple of people who have stepped forward that kind of want to take charge of this, if you will, which is great. I mean, that's the point.
Yeah.
And so we've had a couple, 3 churches now step forward and say, hey, what's going on here? We'd like to have a team of people involved. And so NeighborLink's been a big part of it as well. We've all heard about NeighborLink over the years, and it is really amazing, absolutely amazing. And if you want a little more detail, so far we've done 3 projects, 3 Saturdays. And in those 3 Saturdays, there's been somewhere around 85 to 90 volunteers have shown up. But what's even more amazing is we have hauled away and disposed of just under 15 ton, or just under 30,000 pounds of trash.
That is crazy.
Now think about that. That's 30,000 pounds that's been sitting somewhere, right, in 3 different locations that didn't need to be there. But the people just didn't have a way to deal with it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know how you could just not be excited about that. And we've got a couple more, another cleanup day scheduled for the end of April. And we're going to try and do 3 projects in one day.
Wow.
We think the volunteer base is growing, where we can divide those 3 up and say, okay, you go here, here, and here. And yeah, we're excited about it. But you know, I think here's a key to this. We approach the people in a very humble, caring way. It's not a matter of authority. It's not a matter of regulation. It's a matter of, you know, looks like you could use some help, and we'd like to help you. And I will tell you this: we've had a couple people. It's taken like 15 minutes to talk them into like, hey, we're here to help, because it's just so out of the normal. They're like, you want to help? And before it's all done, the people are saying, you know, Mayor, this appears to be a blessing. And I said, it sure is a blessing. I said, look out here. You got all these strangers totally helping you clean up this. You've got companies donating. I said, this isn't costing you a nickel. And I said, you can't help but believe that's a blessing. And so we're glad they feel that way. And you know, again, I want to reiterate, this is a non-judgmental program whatsoever. You know, however it got there, doesn't matter. We just like to help.
It's perfect. And I love that, because the name is Our Giving Community, and you see all these people giving towards our community, and I just think that's incredible how we all come together for a common goal, and we just want to serve other people the best we can in using our skills that we have. So I think it's a great program, and I cannot wait to see all the other work that you and Brandy do and all the rest of the volunteers.
Oh yeah, we're excited, and we know there's a, you know, a lot more to do, and we'll try and tackle these, you know, one at a time, essentially. And but you know, it's just it's really a feel-good thing too for everyone. It's
Absolutely.
as rewarding for
Yes.
us as it is the people. So we're very excited.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for talking to me about the Community Assistance Program. It's truly incredible. I feel inspired now, and I cannot wait to see more. So again, thank you so much for joining me on this segment of Our Giving Community, and I'll see you next time.